Greetings from Toronto, guys. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Hello, Toronto.
Hello, hello. Good to speak with you again. We caught up, just about, I think it was in May. We spoke. It was a great conversation. And just when the pandemic was kind of kicking into gear. So, how have you guys been keeping up this summer? Brian, why don't you start?
Uh, you know, just doing, I think, what everybody else is doing, like playing a lot of video games, reading a lot of books, trying to do a lot of work. We're still working on our TV shows, a lot of writing, a lot of TV watching. I don't think I'm doing anything that's not happening in every house across the United States at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure. And Sal, how about you? Like, have you found yourself doing any kind of new hobbies or anything? Like, I know for me, I can't stop eating and baking and cooking. So, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I learned to fly a helicopter during this. I figured that I would put my time to good use. So no, I'm just kidding. It was the answer I wish I could have said for real, but I, I would say I've done some baking and video game playing as well.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, listen, we're all excited because there's going to be new episodes of the Misery Index, which this show is so freaking hilarious, so much fun. But Brian, just set it up for people who maybe have not ever seen it and want to know what it's all about.
Sure, happy to. The Misery Index is it's a game show where the four of us from Impractical Jokers are on a panel where we're advising two contestants, and Jamila Jamil hosts the show, and she shows us a bunch of miserable events like videos or tells news articles or whatnot, and then we have to advise the contestants where on a scale of 1 to 100, which we call the Misery Index, that miserable event falls upon. And then psychiatrists had watched those same events and did professional analysis. And whoever gets closer to that number wins money, moves on to the next round type of thing. So it's kind of just us making fun of ourselves and other people. It's kind of just like a practical jokers in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's so much fun to watch. And Sal, like, do you ever feel empathy for some of these people? I mean, this is some of these moments, some of these things that you guys see are so cringeworthy. It's insane to me. Well, how do you guys feel when you watch some of these things?
Yes, I feel empathy for some people, and some people it just seems like like they are so asking for it or so deserving of it because of how ignorant they are. It really depends. We've had like stories, everything just from someone realizing that their ex still lives in their attic secretly, to like you shoot yourself with a nail gun. So it just depends on like what the situation is. But I'd say I feel a range of emotions when I watch the show for sure.
Yeah. And do you ever feel bad, for the contestant, like if they don't get it, and because you're helping them win money, obviously, right? So you've got to feel like some kind of like, oh man, I got to do this for them, I got to help them, and so that when they don't get the money, you must feel like crap. I don't know.
It's the worst part of the show, I think, for us is we feel a real heavy responsibility towards the people. You get to know them. You're shooting, you're talking to them on commercial breaks. You're in. So like when they tell you like, oh, I'm doing this to get the wedding dress that I want, you feel a responsibility, and that weighs. Plus, it's a lot of money. Like what is it, like 30 grand, up to 50 grand at one point? It's a
Yeah.
lot of money that. So you feel it. You feel the pressure a lot in a way that I didn't anticipate. Yeah.
Yeah, and for sure. So, Brian, what I love about this too is that the four of you are split up, like you're in pairs, right? So that kind of changes the dynamic between the four of you guys. So there's got to be a little bit of friendly competition going on.
When isn't there, I guess, with the four of us, right?
Yeah, it gets pretty intense too because they go, also like they get the contestant just gets to choose who they want to be with at the end, so who they want to help them. So there is always like when the game's finished, you always want to try to perform well because you want them to choose you to help them win that final money. But then of course it's a catch 22 because then all the pressure is on you after that. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and I love how Jamila Jamil. She's just kind of. Feels very natural with you guys now that you've also been renewed for a season 3 is happening. She's one of the guys now. What do you think? Could she be a new Joker?
Day one, she clicked with us like that. She's really, really a very easy person to get along with, and like I love her, right, Sal? Like we forged a personal friendship with her from day one, I think.
Yeah, I think that's important for us to do. I mean, because we make at least our flagship show Jokers is just the four of us who've known each other for a little over 30 years now, and it's kind of the way that we learned how to make a show, and so kind of we wanted to have that same feeling with this one, and yeah, Jamila is just a friend in our real lives now. Like just someone that it's not just like work. We have a relationship outside of the show. So we think that really, I think that really added to it. We weren't sure, because we didn't know her before we got the gig all together, and it comes through in the game show. Like the game show that we do, it's like it kind of breaks convention a bit because we kind of are so kind of playful and fast and loose. It's not really a rigid structure, both literally and like we walk around, run around the whole studio. It's that kind of an anything goes kind of feel, and I think that was achieved by getting to know Jamila and getting to become real friends with her, because it's like we're all exactly what you said. Kind of we're all just out there having a good time together.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch you guys, and she's so much fun too. We love her from The Good Place, of course, and everything. Just quickly, I want to ask you guys. I mean, now obviously you can't go on tour. We've got to wait for this all to be over, and it's probably hard to do Jokers as well and Impractical Jokers. But where do you guys see yourselves? Like, how can you kind of up the brand more? Like, where would you love to see yourselves go, Brian? What do you think?
I'd like to be the first person to pull an impractical joke on the moon. So I got to figure out that technology, and then I need people up there to get joked, and then I need people to see it. So I guess I'm aiming at a lot of astronauts. I'm really aiming to bring down NASA in a very funny way. That's my goal.
Oh, I would love to see that. Just talk to Elon Musk. I'm sure he could hook you guys up with this would be a great TV series, don't you think?
Get me on that space station. You'll see the hijinks fly. I promise you that.
I would love to see that. Listen, guys, always a pleasure to talk to you both. You're so much fun to watch. Thank you for keeping us smiling during this crazy time in our world. And just stay safe and healthy, and best to you and your families.
Oh, thank you so much. Same to you.
You're so welcome, and love from all your fans here in Canada. We want you back.
We want to come back, trust me. Open the borders.
Open the borders now not until late November. Who the heck knows when, but we'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Have a great day.